on the way to the chamber office here. This is going to be a little unusual because it's not quite the most hands-free mode. Sunny day. Not used to this whole routine here with using the chamber office during the shelter in place and all the shutdowns everywhere. You know, there's nothing really going on in the financial district right now, so I need to get my routine established so that we can really start to roll out all the different programs that we're lining up. It's been an interesting week. You know, I've had a lot of things going that are a bit challenging to juggle. One of them has been some issues with my health. This is trying to address a gut health issue that I acquired recently. I discovered that it was likely something called leaky gut. This whole thing with my gut started out with just general discomfort, you know, in my abdomen, and it, in essence, it started to kind of manifest itself into kind of general inflammation, and we're talking like really uncomfortable, you know, because it wasn't so much like something in my stomach, you know, was upsetting me, like when you know, eat something and you can take like an antacid or, you know, Pepto-Bismol or something like that and address it. So as it turns out, leaky gut is in essence a condition that allows certain things to leak through the stomach wall, and I guess also through your intestines also. But the result is basically inflammation in your abdomen, and it's a form of toxicity and basically like poisoning of your bloodstream, so that you produce an autoimmune response to the foods that you eat, and this, you know, will lead to many other things. So I went through like a whole, you know, spectrum of tests, and, you know, it was nice because they told me everything was working well, but I didn't feel well. And so the result was that I, through my own research, discovered Dr. Gundry's work on YouTube, and he talks about this idea of lectins, which are like these amino acids or proteins or something in the food, certain healthy foods. Ooh, that's a good spot. I see a parking spot. But being in San Francisco, you got to drive around the block before you can access anything because of these one-way streets. So anyway, that's the story on the lectins. You know, I got that under control. I feel so much better. It's been life transforming, and I'm kind of sharing this personal info with you guys because I know that there are so many people that must be suffering from this, because in essence my vegetarian diet was, for the most part, you know, healthy. I had everything that you can imagine, you know, a vegetarian would be, you know, getting, you know, whole foods from, you know, I had rice, vegetables, you know, just got my proteins from vegetables and whatnot. But it turns out certain things, certain foods, you know, that have lectins, especially a lot of things in the Latino diet, you know, beans, rice, I mean, both rich with lectins, and both will actually really wreck the digestive tract, you know. So I don't know how the heck our culture has gone this far with, you know, those staples. There is quite a bit to say about certain toxins that are in the you know, industrial food supply. Glyphosate, you know, the ingredient in Roundup. I mean, that's supposedly an all oat, you know, which is actually something that I really enjoyed eating as part of my vegetarian diet, you know, oatmeal in the mornings and such, you know. It always, you know, felt good to eat it, but it's because it's a grain, you know, it does have lectins in it, you know. So I had to basically cut out breads and things like that, but other things, because of also the toxicity of those foods, you know, where if you have lectins wrecking your stomach wall, you're gonna leak your, you know, sugars and starches and stuff into your bloodstream before they can even go through your digestive system, and you're gonna get sick, and it's very painful. So gonna try to really chew gum and walk here at the same time, not get hit by a car. Now, a little cigar. Wow. Now check this out, boy. This is like really cool. I'm not really much of a cigar aficionado, but I think maybe I should become one. Hey, how you doing? I'm just out here just kind of playing around with my GoPro. This is a pretty awesome. Do you mind if I shoot the video in here? Yeah, this is quite amazing. I mean, you've been open. You didn't really shut down, did you? You've been kind of.
Oh, we shut down and on and off, yeah. All right.
Okay, my friend.
Thank you so much.
What's your name? What's your name?
Davey.
Davey. Okay, great. I'll leave you my card. Maybe down the road we will collaborate and invite you up to Embarcadero too, and maybe we'll host like a cigar seminar or something like that, and
That would be nice.
you know, kind of bring the chamber members over to learn about cigars.
That's nice.
All right.
Oh, sure.
And there you are.
Okay, video.
All right, my friend. So
Thank you.
there you guys have it. My
how do you say?
Portofino.
Portofino is good, yeah.
And so tell me about this cigar.
This cigar is the Dominican Republic, and it's also the wrapper is Connecticut wrap, and it's a nice mild, you know, overall medium to mild cigars. You know, very smooth cigar for even for beginners are good. Yeah, and nice to have a little wine or things with it if you drink.
Okay, so now we're really multitasking here. A call while I'm recording. Oh goodness, let's see. Pick it a life and day of the chamber here. Hey Carla.
Hey, Bo, I have an answer for you.
So let me first let folks know what I'm actually doing here. So Carla recently turned me on to some opportunity that involves a product that is going to market through a network marketing model, and so I'm evaluating, you know, what's going on as they kind of launch things, and I asked her about the products. So she has an answer for me. So Carla, as I navigate through this labyrinth here, do you have product for me? Can I actually try this stuff to see how it works? What's going on?
Well, they don't have product. I called all three of the leaders, the owners, but they are talking about this is going to be coming out full in, like, I think they're looking at March 6th.
So you can kind of get a sense for what's happening here in Embarcadero Center. I mean, this is the gym here. Everything's completely shut down. There's a ton of construction going on here. I have really no idea why so many of these projects kicked off as soon as the shutdown started. It was almost like I mean, these are on a whole different scale. If you kind of see what's going on here, it was almost like the shutdown was a massive opportunity for folks to kind of get to work on projects. So see people out here hanging out, enjoying the weather. We're gonna try to not drop this GoPro. That's the goal of the day. Oh, one of my favorite stores here, Sephora. Why is it one of my favorites? Because I worked for Sephora marketing way back in the days, and kind of have a fondness for, you know, the general, you know, the brand, the offering, their approach. Sephora culture is just amazing. So this is one of the retail stores. Sephora corporate is over on Market Street, but hello. Right now we're gonna sort of keep pushing the boundaries of discomfort with this vlogging here. Totally not used to walking down the street talking to a camera, but you know, let me tell you, it's actually it's actually not that hard. If you're a shy person, you know, this might be. I'm generally kind of introverted. I mean, you might not guess it. Some people would be like, no, but I am probably mostly introverted and definitely grew up shy. In fact, like I was so shy at some point when I was little in elementary school. The teacher would call on me, and I would be I'd basically turn beet red. Like it was it was like an instantaneous reaction to being called upon. It's like Evodio, and then like my ears would just like flare up red. I would just, you know, totally, I don't know, like disappear inside my head. So today is about losing the camera shy reflex. It's about multitasking. It's kind of about losing that need to do everything perfectly. Earlier I even smacked the car door on this thing here because it kind of came flying out because I hadn't really calculated the spring on that darn thing. It just kind of flew out and smacked the pole. Oh, jeez. So let's see here. My friend hooked me up here with this Portofino, which he recommended. So I don't know what to expect, but before we pull this thing out and stick it in my mouth, I think I'm gonna maybe clean my hands. I found a way to park the camera here on the little stick while I do a little bit of, boy, my glasses fogged up big time. I don't think we need these for a while. Let me let my guy know that I'm going to be a little late here. Now I can maybe give this a little taste. Nice, and I gave it like a little snip there, so don't want to get it too wet right now before I actually light it. Nice. So what's going on with the chamber? The biggest project right now is launching the new membership offering. So we are slowly bringing everything back online. It's been about a year hiatus, along with, you know, the rest of the world, as we try to make sense of what's going on. The new membership offering is just really amazing, and I don't say that just you know, to kind of toot our own horn. You know, what we're really trying to do is to launch something that we're going to be proud of, you know, something that we would actually you know, use. I mean, if you could not benefit from your own product, I mean, what business do you have trying to sell it to someone else, you know? And a lot of what we're doing actually is creating a sustainable process where, through the more transactional aspects of our offering, namely like the services and things that we offer as a chamber, we're actually operating as a social enterprise where we take in any surplus that comes from that other activity and we funnel it right back around into community programs. So this is a really neat you know, experiment of sorts. I mean, social enterprises are not new, but for you know, the chamber to to shift gears like this and go from like just standard, nonprofit to a social enterprise is a very big leap. So, right now we're, in a time where public funds are just being tugged on in ways that we've yet to really understand. Right now, trying to kind of pivot with the chamber strategy in such a way where we're not reliant on, the old model of working off of grants or maybe like a simpler service offering that doesn't really, scale beyond the very simple, value offering that chamber membership services, offer. This is another topic that I need to really roll out in a separate video, because it's a very, I think, innovative approach to bringing people into an organization like a Chamber of Commerce. So we're going to pause real quick while I go and make this computer hardware change, and then we're going to continue talking about the Chamber leadership. When it comes to like a volunteer leadership board, generally what like a key ingredient is that there has to be a very specific input and output that keeps that leadership member engaged. So in the case of one of our newest leadership members, Christina Garcia, she has a security training company and a private security services company. What she does in the security training line of business is she brings in students, and for a fee basically helps them through all of the training and certifications to become a private security guard. You can then do all types of work with those certifications, get your gun permits and all that. She helps train you for all that. She's got a ton of certifications, an amazing entrepreneur, and actually runs two businesses in parallel. The other one is a private security company. So if you're looking for private security services, you can hire her, and chances are you might even get one of her her students working at your location, providing security services. What we're doing with Christina is we're taking what she does in the area of security services training, and we are helping her expand on that narrative so that it starts to actually tie into what organizations like the Chamber and what civic leadership is trying to do in the area of not just socioeconomic development, but also things that are about building up the community, like workforce development, for example, business education. There are all sorts of program categories that are established already within every municipality and county, and they're really kind of meant to bring critical support programs to the community and the business community. And so we're helping Christina plug into that. So one of the opportunities for her, for example, is to become a certified woman-owned business, or a certified minority-owned business. So there are interesting opportunities there in the form of like contracts and just all kinds of business that she can acquire if she can just get certified for these things. And so what we're then going to do with her is partner on some community outreach programs to help people that are looking for a career change, or looking for work to get started with a program like what she offers through the training school. So as we connect with our civic leaders and partner on bringing these opportunities to the community, let's say in the form of business education or workforce development initiatives, chances are that we might just find some public funding to put some people through her school. And so now you can start to see how everything fits together in a very synergistic way. So we're now looking for you know, ways to both grow her business and provide essential support to communities. And that's kind of in summary how it works. So when you consider what we're doing across, like, you know, 16 or so of our leadership team, we're pretty busy, and so we're taking advantage of the opportunity during the so-called downtime to restructure and build. And so the chamber has gone from what used to be a county-wide organization run under my leadership to 2 counties run under my leadership. That was the Contra Costa County and the Alameda County Hispanic Chambers of Commerce, and they've now been rolled into this new, or at least the initiatives under my leadership have been rolled into a new entity called the San Francisco Bay Area Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And that's it's a social enterprise where we're operating on a whole different level with a much broader you know, scope of our charter is much broader. You know, the opportunities available to us now are spanning areas that before we wouldn't really get near. The region that we serve is also greater and just much more diverse. So right now we're headquartered in San Francisco. We probably will have satellite offices in each county way down the road. I mean, but that's something that, you know, we have lots of room to grow into this. And so we are not in competition with anyone trying to bring you know, value like programs to the community. Look at this beautiful little panoramic view here of the city. I mean, this is really amazing. I'm gonna kind of hold my camera down here because, again, I'm sort of pushing it a little bit here with the hands-free law here. I'm erring on the side of, like, ignorance being an excuse for breaking the law. But I understand there's a cell phone hands-free rule. I don't know about GoPros and cups of coffee and hamburgers. So what's the next stop for the chamber? When you see us go into sort of like a membership drive mode, that's when we're basically pulling out all the stops on you know, all this development activity, and we're now in scaling mode. You know, we're in essence right now kind of we've got the program foundation down, we've got the leadership moving into position. We're gonna then work on the fulfillment of the membership services under the new offering, and part of that will bring about the launch of many new things at the, you could say, the program and the like the chamber administrative layer. So what that means really is, let's say, for example, right now we don't have any you know, membership services coordinator reaching out to members to drive engagement to things like, you know, just various activities and things like that. So that's going to be one thing that has to change. We don't have a lot of the promotional activity in motion, you know, across all the memberships. So that will kickstart in a really big way. And so with that will come a lot of the networking activities. We're going to have workshops and kind of the standard fare of networking that we hope to bring. Right now, the biggest question mark obviously is the shelter in place. We don't know what that's got in store for, you know, everyone. And, you know, from a organization standpoint, we're targeting July. So one of the things I'm most excited about with the chamber and our new programs is a new business directory. So we have right now 20,000 businesses that are in our chamber business directory, and what we're looking to do is to launch that in parallel with all the new member services, because there are a lot of features that are part of that directory that will be, you know, part of how that will be part of how we fulfill the membership services. For example, if you have a certain level of membership with the chamber, there may be, you know, features that are accessible to you or available to you for promoting your business through the member directory. And then there's, you know, kind of like a standard level for all businesses, and, you know, we're going to have all types of programs kind of integrated into that business directory. And so I will unpack that whole opportunity for you guys in another video later, when I can maybe share with you what's going on, and I'll maybe do a screen share from a desktop. You know, one of the funniest things about vlogging is that the camera starts to sort of become a bit ubiquitous. You can when I first started out the day, I kind of felt like, what's this strange appendage, this extra thing that I'm lugging around, and now it's kind of like I'm starting to kind of even forget that it's in my hand, or that I'm even pointing it at myself. So there you have it, folks, the first blog post here for the San Francisco Bay Area Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm going to sign out now and enjoy the drive and the music and stop thinking about food. I have a little ways to go here, but traffic's not too bad. But stay safe out there, everybody, and shoot me a message if you have any questions about anything that I shared in this video. I'm gonna, you know, down the road get a little bit more organized. This was more of an experiment to sort of push myself out of the nest, and I think in general it was successful.